Even if I had unlimited budget and unlimited space, I still wouldn't buy these plants. Over my years of plant collecting, I've learned that not every rare plant fits every home, and there's some that I just know would not work for me. And I'd rather have a collection that I love rather than one that impresses people. So here's some very sought after rare plants that I will not be adding to my collection. Before I get into it though, I want to say if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanty content all over the internet. So if you want to follow along with my houseplanty journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. If you are not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you returning. I also really quickly want to say a disclaimer. These are not bad plants. I don't think there is a such thing as a bad plant, but these are plants that don't suit me, don't suit my style, that I don't particularly like, and I will not be adding to my collection because of a myriad of reasons. So if you like these plants, good for you. There's more of them out there for you if I'm not getting my hands on them. So don't be offended. If you like these plants, fantastic. If you want to buy them, great, do it. But here is why I am not getting them for myself. Starting off strong with the Musa Nono. I know this is one that is super popular. It is the pink variegated banana plant. And like, yeah, it's all right. It's fine. I like a banana plant, but I think the real reason I don't want it is I'm not a pink plant person. I know I've been saying that a lot recently, and I've explained why several times over. They just tend to look quite muddy unless the pink variegation is very defined. And I feel like in other people's homes, fantastic, but I don't think I could stand that sort of bright, hot pink in my own home, and especially if it is leaning more towards that brown color. And I know they grow really fast. I've heard they're fantastic growers. I've seen them in person several times, but every single time I look at it, I don't have any desire to add one to my collection. And they are just a little bit too expensive for my liking as well. I was looking online for all of these, and this one was about £50 for a small plant, so like they're not cheap. And I know they'll probably go down in price more. They have gone down drastically in the past couple of years, but I don't even think someone could pay me to add one of those to my collection. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's how much I don't want it. And then we've got the Anthurium Veitchii, or King Anthurium, I think they're also called. People freaking love them. I know Anthurium people love them. I personally don't think I'm a huge Anthurium person. I've recently shared my whole Anthurium collection. I only have 11. When I say it that way, it sounds like it's a lot, but like in the grand scheme of things, I don't have loads compared to other genuses where I have like upwards of 20 of a like single kind. Anthuriums, I'm not as sold on, and with the Veitchii, I just don't like the texture. The leaf, like ribs on it, something about it just irks me. And I've kind of had this with the luxurians as well, where like I just don't like those more textural leaves. But this one, it kind of just looks like an animal pelt of some kind. Not quite leather, not quite scaly. It like, I just don't really like the texture, and so that means that I will not be adding one to my collection. I've also heard that they're not the easiest of anthuriums to take care of. I mean, they look impressive, like they can get quite big size-wise, and that's fantastic, but I just don't think it's for me. I don't like it. Even when they're small, their leaves have this like sort of really bumpy texture. I don't like it. I don't like the ribs. I don't like the abs. I can't think of a single plant in my collection that has a texture like that, because I just don't really like that sort of vibe for plants for me. I like texture in plants. It just happens to not be that texture. I don't like that specific texture. I know people absolutely buzz about this one, the Philodendron Billietiae variegated. I know people crave it, want it so, so bad. No, I have zero desire to add one to my collection. One, I think it's the Aurea variegation. The variegation is a yellowy color. That doesn't really suit me in my home, in my collection. Also, they just get huge, and I know that's like a great problem to have, but at least in my home, I do not have anywhere near the space I would need to grow this plant well. And like they just spread out so much. I have one philodendron that takes up a large footprint, and like even that I don't know where to put it half the time because I just don't have the like room for it. So adding any more of these sort of like big philodendrons to my collection, it would not work out. And so it just, like, I feel like there's other philodendrons that have that sort of same variegation that I like so much more. The one that comes to mind for this one is the variegated burl marks. I had one of those for several years and I kind of liked the like leaf shape, and it was a little bit more on the yellow side of variegation for me, but I did quite like it. I liked the way it grew, and I know if you're getting a variegated Billietiae, you're getting it because it's a variegated Billietiae, not a different one, but I feel like you could get a variegated burl marks for cheaper, and it gives you the same vibes, especially when it's small. Because if you're getting a variegated Billietiae, they cost hundreds, if not thousands of pounds still. I saw on eBay, you could get a single leaf cutting for £100. That's expensive. I don't have that kind of money, unless it's a plant that I like really want, like the Ilsamonii. That being said, the cutting was 75 compared to 100. So I don't know, I don't think it's worth it for me personally for all of those reasons. These just keep getting spicier and spicier. The next one is the Monstera Devil Monster. People have been going crazy for them in like, I mean, I only think I heard about it like maybe less than 6 months ago. I know it's been around for a minute and like cultivated and whatever, but maybe this is controversial, maybe you don't agree, but I think they look sickly. Like, the way the leaves grow, there's so much more hole than there is leaf, which in some plants I like it better than others, but like also the leaf fenestration leaf parts, they like curl under, and it just makes the plant look like it's unhappy and unwell. And that's just not something I feel like I need. And even though it has quite lovely white minty variegation, like that part of it I like, but that in combination with the sort of like skinny leaves, I just don't really see the point to it. And I definitely don't see the point of spending as much as you can on them. I was looking at TC prices, even tissue culture prices, for one tissue culture plantlet, £650. I do not understand how that could be justified. I couldn't afford that. Absolutely not. And I mean, if you can, fantastic. I'm so happy for you that you can afford it. And so maybe I am just like a little bit jealous or something of that. But like, I don't think it's a nice enough Monstera for me to be willing to add it to my collection. It just looks like it's damaged for some reason or another. I prefer the mint. I much prefer the mint variegated one, which has that sort of similar white. It's not as white and stark as the Monstera Devil Monster, but it has that sort of similar dappliness in the variegation. They're like light minty colors. I prefer that because the leaves don't look as unwell. They look more like traditional Monstera leaves. And yes, it is just a me problem that I don't like the look of that Devil Monster leaf shape. Yes, that is true. But it's just, I feel bad. I just think it's kind of ugly. And this last one, I think people are probably going to argue with me about the Philodendron Spiritus Sancti. I don't like it. I don't think it looks very good. Again, similar to the Billietiae, the growth pattern of it, it's very much so a wide grower. It grows very much out rather than up. And I personally don't have the space for that. And also, there's not enough leaf to plant ratio. I feel like for the size of the plant that you are growing, the leaves are too small and skinny. And I mean, I love a strappy Anthurium. I've got my Pallidiflorum back there. I love it. I like long strappy leaves, but I like that because it grows very vertically. It grows kind of compact. Whereas the Spiritus Sancti, it's really spreading itself out in, I mean, ideally the conditions you give it is like light 360 degrees around on a pole or something, and maybe it'll look good, but it just, I just don't think that they live up to the hype that they have. And like, I've seen them in person as well, and I've never been tempted in the slightest to swap for one, to buy one. They're also still on the expensive side. Obviously not as expensive as the Devil Monster, which is like the new it plant, but like 150 to 200 for a mid-sized plant, out of my price range personally. And so I don't think I could justify it. I feel like this is the only one on this list that if someone wanted to do like a collaboration and I could get one at a decent size already for free, sure. Like if someone wanted to give one to me for free, I wouldn't put it on a wish list. I wouldn't ask for it for my birthday or something like that. But if it just somehow came to me, someone wanted to pay me money to do a collab and they gave me a Spiritus Sancti, sure, I guess fine. But I still don't think it would, I wouldn't be able to give it a pride of place spot in my collection. I don't think it would add that much to my collection in any real way. I just don't think I like it enough for it to be worth someone's time and effort giving it to me, even for free. So I don't know. Y'all might hate me for this. Maybe you agree. Maybe you think these plants are overhyped as well. But like I said at the beginning, more for you. You can have all of them. I'm just not gonna be getting them, and I'm not mad about it. I don't need to add that sort of stress and extra anxiety to my collection, because also all of these, if you're paying big bucks for them, the amount you risk losing if the plant fails or dies, oh my god, could you imagine buying a 650-pound tissue culture plant and that tissue culture plant failing? I think I would have a heart attack and die. Oh my gosh, that just like hurts my soul so much. And like, of course, you don't expect it to die when you buy it, but like that sort of risk that you're taking and spending so much money, I just don't think it's worth it. And especially since these plants are in tissue culture now, at the very least, if you did want these plants, I would still wait for the prices to come down even further, because they will go down more. Just from experience, from watching the plant market over the last 5-6 years, everything has gone down. It's still going down. And like, there's loads of things that I could have just waited on, and I could have gotten my Monstera type constellation, which would have been like a crazy price at this size back in the day. I got mine as a 1-leaf cutting for 75 pounds, which sounds ridiculous and is the price that I was saying that I wouldn't possibly pay for a plant these days. But that's because I know now, like 6 years on, that you can get one in a supermarket for like 25 or less even. And like, had I waited, I could have spent 75 pounds to probably get one about this big, and it would have been a lot easier of a process. I probably wouldn't have had to deal with the root rot that I did. And so just like the whole concept of spending a lot of money on a plant, for me, especially if it is like a mid-cut or a tissue culture or a baby, that like these things are going to need a whole heck of a lot more care and maintenance at the very beginning to like acclimate into your home than getting an established plant. It just boggles my mind, and I think I've just grown out of that phase in my plant collecting journey. So I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe you're here with me as well. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree with me or if you think I'm absolutely batshit. That's also totally okay. And let me know if there's any like really hyped houseplants that you would never get as well, and why. But yeah, that's my list. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future, and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to keep growing. Bye!